You will need felt balls, 2 centimetres, jute twine, which is thin, a large eye needle, scissors and some pliers. The eye of this needle is approximately 1 centimetre long. It needs to be big enough to fit the twine through. The felt balls are from my shop childlideplay.co.uk. These ones are 2 centimetres wide, but you can get other sizes. This is how the finished felt fairy light will look, and I'm going to show you how to do these with the rest. No hot glue or any glue at all is needed. The first thing we're going to do is thread the rest of the felt balls onto the same length of twine. So you're just going to flatten the end of the twine there so that you can fit it through the eye of the needle. This is why you need a needle with a very large eye, or a darning needle if you've got one, and pull the twine through. Grab your next felt ball and thread the needle and twine through the centre of the felt ball. So from the bottom through to the top, through the middle, or from the top through to the bottom I should say. Leave some space between that felt ball and the last one, however long a gap you want between your fairy lights. And then thread the twine back up in the opposite direction as close as possible to the last hole so that you don't end up with a big loop of twine at the bottom. So pull the needle back up through the top and then pull it tight so that you've just got a very tiny bit of twine at the bottom. It's hardly noticeable. And then repeat this with all of the felt balls that you want on the string. I actually ran out of space at the end for my white one, so I went back to the twine at the beginning and just cut a bit extra off at the front. And there we go. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to get a length of twine, a good length of twine that is going to be your wrapping twine to make the fastening at the top of the light. This here probably wasn't quite enough, but thread this twine onto the needle. And then you're going to thread it from the top centre of the felt ball through to the bottom centre. To the same place as where you threaded before, or almost the same place. Leave a good length of twine free at the top, don't pull it all the way through. And as before, thread the twine back up to the top as close as possible to the centre. So when you pull it, you should have 2 free lengths of twine sticking out the top, and these are your wrapping pieces of twine. You're going to wrap these around the garland twine, the garland string that you threaded the felt ball onto to make the fastening at the top of the felt ball. So separate your garland twine and hold those up together out of the way. Start wrapping with one piece of twine around near the top of the felt ball. When you get to the end of the piece of twine, thread it through the needle, and then you're going to thread this through the top of the felt ball down to the bottom to secure it. This is why you don't need any glue. You thread the ends through and then pull once it gets through to the bottom. This will keep the twine secure and means you don't need to do any hot gluing. So you're going to repeat that with both pieces of twine, and then you can just trim the excess, any twine that's sticking out the bottom. I'm using more wrapping twine on the next one as I didn't feel there was quite enough on the orange one. It's always better to have a little bit more and then cut off what you don't need than not have enough and have to start it again. So as before, thread the twine through the top to the bottom and then leave the 2 free ends for wrapping. I did use a pair of pliers to help pull through the needles. This is why they're optional. You don't need them, but it does make it a bit quicker and easier. So you can start wrapping the pieces of twine around, going upwards and then downwards. You want to make sure that you get to the end of your twine when it's down towards the felt ball so that you can thread it back through the bottom. So repeat with both pieces. Try and create more volume towards the felt ball. where the base is so that it looks like a light fastening. And you're going to repeat this for all of your felt balls. Here is my finished garland of Christmas fairy light felt balls. Look how pretty they are, no hot glue in sight. Ta-da! Now you can hang them wherever you want them. Of course, these are not just for Christmas. You can make them in any colour you choose and hang them anywhere at any time of year. They are great for parties as well.